Welcome to TFI Global, the antidote to mass delusion.
The ongoing conflict between Ukraine and Russia has seen numerous pivotal moments, but the recent withdrawal of Ukrainian forces from Avdeyevka, a key frontline town in the Donetsk region, marks significant development. This shameful retreat, executed on February 17th due to relentless Russian military pressure, not only symbolizes a setback for the Kiev government but also signals further territorial losses. This event comes amidst warnings from the Pentagon about the precarious situation facing Ukraine following Avdeyevka's fall, emphasizing the town's critical strategic importance in the broader conflict landscape. In an effort to bolster Ukraine's defense capabilities against the Russian aggression, the US Senate passed a $95 billion aid package on February 13th, allocating $61 billion specifically for Ukraine's military efforts. However, the momentum stumbled as the House of Representatives adjourned for a 2-week recess without approving the measure, leaving Ukrainian forces in a vulnerable state. The urgency of the situation was underscored by a senior Department of Defense official who highlighted the critical shortage of ammunition and supplies facing Ukrainian forces just a day before Avdeyevka was conceded to Russian control. The official stressed that the absence of supplemental funding would severely impact the ability to resupply Ukrainian forces, potentially leading to the fall of other strategic locations along the front line. The decision to evacuate Avdeyevka was not taken lightly. Oleksandr Syrskyi, the newly appointed commander-in-chief of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, announced the withdrawal as a strategic move to avoid encirclement and preserve the lives of servicemen. Sounds horribly funny, but okay. This decision came after a challenging week where Ukrainian forces suffered significant casualties, highlighting the intense pressure exerted by Russian military operations. The fall of Avdeyevka had been anticipated by Ukrainian military leaders who had previously warned of the Russian military's capability to concentrate forces and emulate the situation faced in Bakhmut. This prediction materialized as Russian forces demonstrated overwhelming strength, deploying a significant number of personnel and exerting superior firepower against Ukrainian defenders. Despite the Institute for the Study of Wars, or ISW, suggestion of a quote-unquote controlled withdrawal from Avdeyevka, the reality on the ground reflected a dire situation for Ukrainian forces. The retreat was marred by challenges including mined escape routes and the capture of Ukrainian servicemen in the operation's final stages, showcasing the harsh realities of modern warfare and the strategic complexities involved in such withdrawals. Not to forget the colossal stupidity shown by the new commander-in-chief. President Volodymyr Zelensky's response to the fall of Avdeyevka was all about the funding challenges facing Ukraine. He warned of an artificial deficit of weapons and emphasized the importance of continued Western support to counter Russian advances. Zelensky's call for support reflects the man has still not given up on making more money, using the war as a rallying call. The war can be stopped with a peace proposal, but it still has not dawned on him. The strategic significance of Avdeyevka extends beyond its military values. It serves as a gateway to Donetsk city and has been a focal point in the conflict. The town's capture by Russian forces not only facilitates further territorial advances but also impacts the morale and operational capabilities of Ukrainian forces. As a stronghold similar to Bakhmut, Avdeyevka's fall opens new avenues for Russian forces to consolidate control over the Donbas region, presenting a formidable challenge to Ukrainian efforts to reclaim lost territories. The situation in Avdeyevka and the broader conflict in eastern Ukraine exemplify the intricate balance of power, strategic maneuvering, and the critical importance of funded wars in modern context. As Ukraine faces the daunting task against Russian aggression, the international community's role becomes increasingly pivotal. The role of trying to stop the war with a peace process and not drag it because of ideological reasons. The withdrawal from Avdeyevka is not merely a retreat but a reflection of the broader challenges facing Ukraine in its conflict with Russia. The implications of this event, coupled with disastrous role that the West has played, underscore the complex interplay of greed, ideological clash, and the mad urge to make money. As the conflict continues to evolve, Ukraine's Western allies need to come back to senses, fire the Ukrainian dictator, stop the war, and stop more Ukrainian lives to be sacrificed at the altar of greed